So back in the Black
Indeed.
Hound. Let's explore the whole Black Hound. What kind of characters we will find there. Villager. Anyone seen Pearly around? He's usually drinking his head off this hour of the day. The crops are blighted, legacy upon us. The place is cursed. Nice and dry in there. Yeah, they have different opinions. So Pearly, that was the guy who Nantan lost. His friend, right? The food here has been awful lately. Wish we had some minstrels in there. Okay. Same line as this guy. Good to see new faces around. Feels like the village gets smaller by the day. Well, yeah. Drunkard. And who are you then? Another fool come to answer Redrick's invitation. Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the boy was born. The boy? She was the only family I had left. Not sure where she is now. Blazes, I need another drink. Maybe you do not need another drink? Nice and dry in there. The food's been awful lately. Okay. Does this mean I'm stealing? Nah, does not seems to be. Selena Vertivo. Strom Brightblade. Whoa. Stuff happens. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. Reach out for soul. Ooh. You see a woman emptying her satchel onto the bed, taking stock of her inventory. Potion bandages, tinctures, and herbs are scattered throughout her room haphazardly. She bites her lip, head tilted to the side, considering. She begins to repack one item after another. Careful deliberation undercut by shaking hands. Each item has clearly marked place, but no matter how she repacks it, she isn't satisfied. The shaking worsens as she empties it once more, one hand held to her mouth. Tears eke from her eyes as she gives up all semblance of order and shoves everything she can into the satchel, grabbing it and running out of the bare house, straightening her back as she walks to the docks, chin high, eyes hard and red. A gangly young elf offers his condolences, but she can't see him for the ocean ahead of her. She wanders to docks, offering her services as a doctor to anyone who will listen. Anyone heading out on a high tide. Less than an hour later, she watches her childhood disappear in the distance, a tiny speck of an island, and tries not to jump. I don't think I will be reading everyone if they are so long. Yeah. So these are souls. Voices from its past seem to call to you. So are they dead? Questions. A lot of questions. Grab a drink, friend. Not much else worth in this town, says the woman from Thane. Hey, we said we wouldn't mention Thane. Okay, it's the same. Doesn't matter who I talk to. Please leave me be. I'm full to sickness with what I've seen of this place and what happens. I'm Red Series, but I followed the scattered god yet. Gods, to think I come all this way. Okay, okay. Who are you then? Souls again, right? Yeah. Let's talk to everybody at least. Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, loot.
I'll have it in no time. I'll see what I can do.
So difficulty 2, mechanics 1. So how does this work? Do I need to use a lockpick? It's a stash. We got lockpicks, right? Armor, lockpicks. What about now? Locked. Lockpick.
I'll have it in no
So I
time.
need 3 lockpicks with mechanics level 1. Is that it? Or am I missing something? I don't think so.
Here.
Okay, 3 lockpicks then.
Yes? I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, lockpicks required 3, party lockpicks 5. Do you want to pick the lock? Yes.
The work of a moment.
Okay, we got some gear. Not the best gear though, but some gear. The Black Hound. Let's talk to him. This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if it's waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Sorry girl, don't think he will come back. The dog whines softly again, head tilting. Well, you can come with me, maybe we'll find him on the way. The dogs perk up. It trots over to you and barks happily. You have gained an item, Black Hound added to the inventory. This small dog has a glossy black coat and affable disposition. She trots along at your heels, gazing up devotedly whenever you come to a stop. Space Piglet. Okay, can we equip it? Yeah, we can equip it. Okay. Maybe we'll get some cool familiars later. I don't know. So villagers. Okay, they don't say too much. So we got a couple of houses we haven't visited. So the Opera House. Next up. So there's a cat. Can we speak to the cat? Pet the cat? Nope. Oh, well, that was stealing. Okay, so we need to be careful with that symbol. Okay. A dye-wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Good day, stranger.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you? I just arrived in Gilded Whale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans? She looks at you hopefully. Master Odimus by chance? I was, yes. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed. Is this Kalicia's sister, maybe? Ofra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes widen with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but strangled voices gasping, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew, I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger. Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I just can't believe she's gone. If I only hadn't called her here, if I hadn't written to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Kalisha mentioned that she thought you needed help. Perhaps I can provide some assistance. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. It's not a small favor. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Raedric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor. With my Hathorn gone, I don't know how I manage if I lost my home too. I hope Kalisha could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollowborn, but she moved south to Anslag's compass 2 seasons ago. The journey is too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now with Kalisha's gone. Can you help me? Yeah, I will find Ranga for you. You will? Oh, God bless you. Here, I will give you some coin to pay her with. You needn't trouble yourself with that. I think it's a drink she fashions out. Well, I'm not sure, but it shouldn't be too much of a burden to carry back. So 20 copper. Anslag's compass is what we call the lagoon to the south. You will have to cross the wilds to get there. That's what keeps me from trying it myself. Thank you again. Truly, you will be saving us both. You earned reputation. Reputation can be held with communities of factions in the eastern reach. Okay, so rep gain. Cool. Cool. Couldn't loot anything because that's stealing and we'll lose rep by doing so, I think. Villager. Okay. Let's go to the tree then. 10 breath. Oh, the tree's glowing now. After that nightmare we had. Caldara Beranzi. Caldara Beranzi, the squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman, dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her nose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. So reach out to the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman. perceiving all that lies between you and her with new unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images, words, and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog. Her body is still swaying in the wind. You no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy, even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I, wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I need to understand something that's happened to me.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
A watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties. You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
So Marwold, Cadnua. Keywords right there. I think I survived a Bewick. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttered yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I had other questions.
Of course, dear.
Yeah, used all the questions, so farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Tjofräsen was Granted Crucible of the Soul. Aloth looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. I'm a watcher. Well, that is interesting. And I expect that explains how you survived a bivouac then? In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we are traveling together, it's probably wise for us to share things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they are rare, and that they seem to have a unique insight into certain soul conditions, as you demonstrated. Let's continue on. Ooh, leveled up.
17 and a half.
17 and a half. There? The smell of pipe smoke on one's earthy and sweet winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair, leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry.
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking
The
about?
people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Okay. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman?
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks round here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be
The
hanged?
town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war. Saints War, only one in my lifetime. Fella decided he's the living incarnation of Eothas, overthrows Red Ceres, marches on Direwood, so we gave him a Direwood and hello. What's a Direwood and
Blew him
hello?
up.
Well, that was short. Who's Eothas? God of rebirth and redemption. Formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from? I had other questions. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Radric sent men down here the other day, said they had it on good authority. Someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, my headman, he steps up and says, it's him. They took him at his word. What does your town have against
Picked
you?
the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolch? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking, mostly? Oh. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured where I'm going yet. There are a whole lot of places there that I don't think Waidwen's legacy started with. Waidwen. Okay, farewell. We could travel together. I get where this feeling you're waiting around for them to hang me so you can have one of your watcher talks with me. That's not right. You said you fought in war. Saints War. Only one in my lifetime, yeah. I had other questions. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Some place called Cadnua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
I seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say Watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Okay, let's get going. So we got a new companion. Yes. There. A lot of health, endurance. Yeah, cool. So let's level up. Let's pick more lore. I think survival. That's lockpicking. Athletics. Grants second wind. That's good, I think. Stealth. Does nothing. I think I will pick the survival to get the accuracy bonus versus creature type. Yeah. So we got a lot of spells. We got more endurance, some health. Let's take a look at our stats. Looks like we got more uses of first level spells. We got 2 second level druid spells. Ooh, Blizzard. Burst of Summer Flame. Conjure Lesser Blight. Summon. Okay. Firebrand forms a powerful sword. Also summon. Hold beasts. Insect swarm. Taste of the Hunt. And wood skin. Okay, so support magics and some summons and two big attacks. So, Crucible of the Soul. The Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. So, special ability because we're a Watcher? Okay,
Yes?
okay. Let's go to the blacksmith, the windmill, and Ingred's house.
Indeed.
I wonder if we can enter this house. It's not marked on the map. Oh, we got a new quest as well. Have to read all the quests later. Can I set up the formation? Okay, can only do something like that. So this is... Wait a minute. Missed the house? Could enter that house. Yeah, it's not that house I'm going to start with. Let's check out this house first. So we go like that order. Oh, we can enter. Cool. Hope there is a loot. Okay, we got 2 spirits. Okay. Is it stealing when no one can let's quick save. Oh, they attack now. We've lost reputation, so let's quick load.
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. Let's leave. That's not stealing. So next up is Ingrid's house. We'll level up for Eloth. But first, we got Nantan and Ingrid. It's not stealing, so let's take it. This man and woman appear to be a deep conversation, working at closing 2 bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pause, her smile faltering a little.
Hail, traveler.
Can we help you? Do you know this man, Nantan? Yes, I think we met in the Whalewood. I warned him about the bear. Glad to see you made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two seem to be in a hurry. Yes, I imagine so. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay and, well, in truth, I think I had my fill of this town. It's time for some new scenery. Is there anything you can tell me about the Gilded Whale? Only that you will want to be moving on as soon as you can. You have seen the tree, I imagine? But the rot goes deeper. If you were looking for work, say you have a better chance of it elsewhere. Okay. Goodbye. Uh, okay, so next up, the windmill. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on your crops. The first of your drunkards come through that door gets a shot between the eyes. God hear me, Swainer. I will put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads. But we will be back, Trumbull, and we will have fair prices, or by the flame we will have a reckoning. Okay, investigate the feud. So let's do that. Investigate the feud. An elven man stands before you, this relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a young man and a woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Hold on. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Who are you? Ah, is Swainer roping foragers into his little crusade now? What was all that ruckus outside? Trumbull shakes his head. Where to begin? Swainer whipped them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores, claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town, the crops blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, it's gone off rather through. I can't buy a top price for blighted wheat, and I barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer howling of the things he has no right to. Maybe I ought to have a talk with Swainer. Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. Yeah. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you will have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it if you can convince him. Okay. Oh, that's stealing. Anything else in here? Nope. So we got a new quest. Yeah, we will level Aloth soon. We also want to visit the blacksmith first. Get all the houses done. That's stealing. Okay. Tuatano. This Alma man is of impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. Welcome, you're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you? What do you have here? You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be, but we have fine weapons armor to offer yet. All fords right here at the Black Hammer. So what happened? We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now. We haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make some coin. As if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. The dire situation in the villages like this and the exodus to the cities has created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous sort. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They've been cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road of it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Redrick. That's as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just doesn't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. Then you have my thanks. You will bring those supplies back and I will have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up, or they can take up farming instead. So we got a new quest. Apprentice. We got the souls. Yeah. Okay, nothing new. So the apprentice. Don't tell what I think Dunstan's over in the first fires might have an edge on him. Okay. So that's stealing. Okay. So let's level up a lot. Oh, he's also lore. I think we'll spec mechanics. To get some lock picking. Yeah. Ooh, we can choose 2 spells. I think we'll have him go with a lot of firepower. So what's that? Creates a bizarre, perplexing visual distraction? No. So CC. That could be good. Mystical shield around the caster, suffusing them with bonuses to burn, freeze, corrode, shock. Burn damage over time. So 10 meters. Blind could also be good. Necrotic lance. Speed average, range 8. So instant damage plus damage over time. Sounds good. Ray of fire. No. Rolling fire. I don't think so. I think necrotic lance and the blind might be good. to help us not get hit. Yeah, let's use the blind and damage. Next. Okay, done. And that's it for this episode. And next up, we will head back out where we came from, fighting the bear and those outlaws with the cook. Trying to finish up everything on that side before we continue on questing. So please hit the like and subscribe button on this video, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.